1 minute ago, everything changed. Mark Carney is out, and Pierre Poilievre just took over the country. Or so it appears. What you're about to hear is not a hoax, not satire, and not something the mainstream media will admit anytime soon. Something massive is unfolding behind the walls of Parliament, and insiders are calling it the most dramatic political shakeup since the Harper era. But here's the truth the headlines aren't telling you. Carney didn't resign, not officially. And Pierre? He hasn't formed government, not legally. So why is Ottawa treating it like a regime change already happened? This is Maple Flash, and what we uncovered will leave you stunned. Mark Carney's schedule vanished. No public briefings. No media appearances. And then, the whispers started. Sources inside the Liberal caucus say Carney hasn't been seen at his downtown Ottawa office for days. Meetings with senior staff. Cancelled. Security detail. Thinned out. A senior aide even told us, quote, "He's gone dark." Everyone's confused, even inside the party. And that's when Pierre Poilievre showed up. In a surprise appearance on the Hill, Poilievre addressed the nation, not as opposition leader, but as if he were already Prime Minister. "Canadians are tired of waiting for leadership," he said. "If this government can't deliver answers, I will." No script. No teleprompter. Just raw fire. Media outlets tried to spin it as posturing, but what they didn't show was the reaction inside Parliament. A handful of Liberal MPs clapped. Yes, they clapped for Pierre Poilievre. And one senior Liberal source told us flat out. If a vote were held today, Pierre would walk into power. No coalition could stop him. Behind closed doors, the Liberal machine is buckling. Mark Carney, the man once seen as Trudeau's brain trust successor, has lost control of the narrative. There are deep internal fractures. Multiple ministers are reportedly refusing to appear alongside him in public. 2 have flown out of the country for undisclosed reasons. And now, there are unconfirmed reports that a confidential letter of no confidence, yes, within the party, is circulating among senior Liberals. If that's true, Carney's leadership could collapse without a single vote in Parliament. It wouldn't be a resignation. It would be a quiet retreat, the kind Ottawa specializes in. Here's where things get wild. In the absence of clear leadership, the public is already shifting. Polls from 3 independent firms, conducted just this week, show Poilievre now leading in every single province except Newfoundland and Quebec. Even in Toronto suburbs, where the Liberals once dominated, the tide has turned. Business leaders are calling him. Foreign diplomats are asking for meetings. The Prime Minister's seat is still technically occupied, but the authority is already leaking away. And Poilievre. He's acting like the transition has already begun. Bank insiders say there's tension in the air. Foreign investors are pulling back, waiting to see what happens next. Meanwhile, Canadian markets are wobbling, unsure who's in charge of fiscal direction. In back-to-back pressers, finance officials dodged questions about Carney's whereabouts, giving vague answers like, he's consulting privately. Privately with whom? Where? The finance ministry hasn't released a long-term strategy update in weeks. And insiders now say staffers have begun backing up critical data, quote, in case we need to transfer control faster than expected. Does that sound like business as usual to you? Maple Flash has learned that at least 4 Liberal backbenchers have quietly approached Conservative officials about, get this, floor crossing. And while nothing's been signed, the message is clear. This isn't just political chaos. It's a potential realignment. The Liberal brand is bleeding credibility, and even dyed-in-the-wool party veterans are starting to ask. Is it time to let Pierre take the wheel? And that brings us to the real question. What if this entire week, this eerie silence from Carney, this boldness from Poilievre, is just the prelude to a sudden, backroom transfer of power? Think about it. No official resignation. No vote. But all the behaviors of a government in transition. Emergency meetings have been held at Rideau Cottage. Foreign leaders have begun shifting their diplomatic posture. And this morning, an RCMP convoy was spotted near Parliament, an unusual presence for a day with no public events. Some insiders believe a caretaker government could be installed without a full election if Carney formally steps aside under health or strategic stress conditions. Sound far-fetched? Remember, it's been done before. Twice in Commonwealth history. Could Pierre Poilievre become Prime Minister without a single Canadian casting a ballot? It's not impossible. So is Carney really gone? Has Poilievre really taken over? Not officially. But in the halls of power, perception is everything. And right now, the perception is that the country has already changed hands. The real story here isn't just about who holds the title. It's about who holds the power. And if momentum is any sign, Pierre already has it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you support an early transition if Carney stepped down? Or do you think this is all just high-stakes theater? Like, share, and subscribe to Maple Flash. Because what's happening in Canada right now isn't just political drama. It's the kind of moment history books are written about.